How to start selling on eBay, Amazon, and online. Don't spend money and go the easy way. Just start selling your own stuff. First of all, I'm going to assume that you already have an Amazon or eBay account. If you don't, then go ahead, head on over there and set one up. Follow the steps, and you'll have one pretty quickly. Now, if you never sold anything on either website, or online in general, I'm going to say you'll probably have an easier time selling on Amazon to begin with. And the reason is you will take advantage of Amazon's existing product pages, so you're not going to have to take any photographs or write any descriptions or do reviews, none of that stuff. You're just going to sell your item as a used item on the same product page. The other tip I'll give is that you should probably begin with selling your cheaper stuff first. And what that's going to do is build a little bit of a trust relationship for you online. And this is really important, so I'll give you an example. You're new selling online, this is true for both eBay and Amazon, and you're going to list a $700 phone to sell online. Well, guess what? Nobody's going to buy it. Nobody trusts you yet. You didn't prove yourself yet as a trustworthy seller, somebody who's actually going to ship the item out. So I would say probably start out with items that are under $50. And once you have a few items sold, that's when you could start selling the more expensive things. The other things should also go without saying. So you're going to pack your items nicely. You're going to put in the packing slip. You're going to ship the item fast. When you do go to the post office, tell them what's inside. Sometimes it matters. So if, for example, if you're going to have a CD or DVD inside, you should tell them that this is a media package. So now let's get into the short list of items you probably already have that you can start off by selling online. And this way you're going to get enough experience to potentially start your own business online. The first one is cell phones. Nowadays, nearly everybody's got one. And very likely you have an old one just sitting there collecting dust. By an old cell phone, I mean one that's maybe 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 years old. Trust me, you don't need it anymore. You should sell it now while it's still worth something. And before you say, I'm gonna go and use it for a trade-in, you should know that if you sell it yourself, you probably get at least $50 more. And the next one is college textbooks. This is true if you're a recent graduate or if you graduated a while ago. The reason is that a lot of times colleges take a long time to migrate to new textbooks, and so they might be using textbooks that are even from the 2000s. So if you've got some textbooks laying around, consider putting them online and you'll make some of that money back. Old video games and consoles are great to sell online, and the reason is that sometimes you'll sell them for $1, but other times maybe for $100. Especially the old releases that are really rare, that's when they start to become more like collectibles. So if you've got some old games or consoles laying around and you don't play them anymore, check out what they're selling for, and you just might be pleasantly surprised that they're worth now more than they were back when you bought them. Just make sure they still work when you sell them. Now let's also cover consumer electronics. This is your iPads, your Android tablets, cameras and laptops. These are all great candidates to sell online. Usually on the more expensive side, so you might want to delay these until you've got some seller feedback online. The reason you absolutely have to sell these is if you don't, again, over time, they will only get cheaper until they are totally worthless. Plus, it's a great way to get some of your money back. Just make sure you reset the factory settings before you ship it out. How about old DVD movies and music CDs? I bet you have some that you never really watch anymore or listen to. Just like video games, some of these are worth $1, but some are truly worth a lot of money. So for example, a few years ago, I sold the 187 movie soundtrack, and I sold that for about $40, which was about 2 times what I paid for it back in the 90s. And that's great because I never really listen to it anymore, even though I used to, and I got some good money out of it. If you ever got a gift card and you didn't really want it, well, you can sell that too. So we're talking Starbucks and iTunes, Walmart and Lowe's, all kinds of gift cards are sold on eBay. And you'll get close to the same value for them too. And best of all, nobody's ever gonna know you sold it. Kids' toys can also be sold like this. So if you've got kids and they're growing up, and they're no longer of course playing with the same toys they used to, think the same old synthesizer. Just like before, check out what it's selling for, and you might get a few dollars for it. In any case, much more than you would get for it at the garage sale. I guess just ask the kids if they still want the toys before you sell them. Or even better, have them sell it. And the last idea I have is watches. This is different from jewelry because jewelry tends to be special to people, so they hang on to it. But watches are usually not that special. And especially if you've got several, then think about just putting it online and getting rid of it. and maybe use the same money towards something else. So that's a bunch of ideas for you. And the thing is, when you sell your first items, you're actually gonna like it, and you'll wonder why you didn't do this before. It's also kind of fun to see that other people want your stuff, and they're gonna pay you for it, and you're gonna ship it out. If you like this video about how to start selling on eBay or Amazon, please leave a like, and if you have more ideas, then leave a comment for others to read, and that's gonna help someone. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.